learning surfers. Today I teach you all about the necessary surf vocabulary. Welcome to the new series, Coach in a Suit. Hit the intro. So, Happy New Year to you guys. I'm so stoked to start this new series. We call it Surf Coach in a Suit, or in short, Coach in a Suit. You will see me hopefully in different suits and different locations. So let's get started. Why is it necessary to have some vocabularies you need? In every sport it's different. So when you learn golf, tennis or whatever, it's important that you know the vocabularies in your sports. So let's jump right into it. The first vocabulary is goofy. Goofy means actually when your right foot in your surfing stance is in the front. Super easy. So you call your friend, hey, are you goofy? It means he knows that his right foot is in front. The other hand, you have, instead of goofy, regular. Regular means, which mostly almost everyone in surfing, is when your left foot is in front. Another vocabulary is when you're a kook. A kook means you're a total beginner. Kook is spelled K-O-O-K. And you can name someone a kook if he really doesn't know what he or she is doing. It's a bit of an expression, so you don't go around, haha, you're a kook, you don't know anything. No. It's more like a funny expression, or use it really wisely because it could offend someone if you say like, hey, you're a kook. But it sounds cool, and when you're at the local spot, it could happen that the locals spray it on your van like kook or like go home. So you know what that means if you see that word. I heard also some people spell it slightly different, and that's not what it means. Another vocabulary is called beach break. A beach break is the location where the waves are breaking, but when there's sand underneath. So the underground of the location is sand, means, oh, I surf on a beach break. For example, France, Spain, it's a more common thing. There are a lot of beach breaks, or one of the most famous, heaviest beach breaks is Puerto de Escondido in Mexico. Arriba! So if you surf on a beach break, Puerto Escondido is really heavy, but it's not as heavy, the underground, as stone or reef. And so it comes another vocabulary we call the reef break. So instead of a beach break, we call reef break. So if a surfer talks to you like, hey, I surfed in wherever, Panama, in this location, you can say, is it a beach break or a reef break? You already sound way more sophisticated. Another vocabulary is peak. So when you describe a wave, of course, it's important to know the different parts of the wave. So the peak is the highest point of the wave. Another vocabulary is the shoulder. The shoulder, you see it also in my shoulder. If you imagine this is the peak, the highest point of the wave, then the shoulder is the slightly right and left of it. It's really important to know those locations as well, because you can describe and you can locate where to position yourself in surfing when you know it. If you tell your friend, for example, during surfing, hey, the takeoff zone, so where you take off or where you paddle for the wave, you can say, hey Sabrina, you should go more to the peak. And she knows the vocabulary. Perfect. Amazing to know. There is another word, we call it glassy. Glassy conditions means when the conditions of surfing off the waves are glassy. And this is a surfer's dream. When you think about glassy conditions, it looks like melted silver, like no crinkles, nothing. It's just beautiful. You paddle and I'm start dreaming. Okay, I go back. So on the other hand, which we don't like so much, is chop. So choppy instead of glassy, choppy condition means when the water is a bit like wobbly and there's some wind on and it's not as clean, not as glassy than glassy conditions. So that's what we call choppy condition. So you come out of the water and your friend says, hey, how was the surf? And then you can say, the wind kicked in a bit, so it was slightly choppy. Yeah, sounds already way cooler than it was a bit mixed and it didn't feel so good. Whatever you would say. So use glassy and choppy to describe better conditions. Another vocabulary is line up. Line up. Some of them don't know it, but this is the line up where the surfers in the back position themselves to catch an unbroken wave. So this is what we call the lineup. Another one is shore break. Shore break is the position directly at the beach where the waves are breaking. Usually when the tide tide means between low and high tide, because it's affected by the moon. There's another video coming about that, and about forecast and whatnot. So the shore break is described the wave directly at the beach. So when it comes a higher tide, the wave doesn't break outside the sandbank, depending how the reef or the beach break is formed, but it could happen that it breaks directly at the shore. That's why we call it the shore break. Another vocabulary is offshore. Offshore is called the wind direction of the wind. So when it's offshore, shore, you know the shoreline, beach, the beach line, means the wind comes off land, so off the shore. It actually blows into the ocean. This is beautiful, because if you have a local wind offshore and the wave comes approaching like that, you have the form, because it forms the wave directly at the beach break or reef break, wherever you are, to that kind of beautiful wave. Yeah, so we love offshore. On the other hand, there's also onshore. Onshore is okay, so you can also surf with onshore, but onshore is exactly the opposite direction. When it comes to the shore, we don't love onshore, but it's possible with slightly onshore. The last vocabulary for today is wipeout. Wipeout, everyone experiences this, especially when you're a beginner, or everyone has it. Wipeout is actually when you get really smashed and when you get in this cold washing machine over wave, or you didn't get the technique right, it happens, or you fall weird, then you get washed and you have a big wipeout. When you lie, for example, on the beach in your bikini or board short, and you see your friend like getting smashed by a wave, and he comes out or she comes out, and you say like, and how was your wipeout? So this is why we use this vocabulary. I hope it was helpful. There's more videos coming in the future. There's videos coming about surf etiquette, how you read the surf forecast, and so on. If you liked it, smash the like button, and don't forget, the rest of the knowledge is in our book. If you liked it, send it to a friend and leave a comment below if you have more ideas. This was Daniel from the Surf Companions. I hope to see you next time.